Because of the exceptional number of features in the Wallke H9 all-wheel drive, this review is going to be longer. I'll give you the bottom line first, then talk about my experience riding and using the bike. I've created a features list, and there's a link in the description. I'd be pleased if you'd give my review a thumbs up so it'll be offered to others like yourself. If you can, I'd be really grateful for your subscription. It tells YouTube that you appreciate the work I put into these videos. You won't be bombarded as I only create new videos a few times a year. Let's start with the bottom line. Wow. The Wallke H9 all-wheel drive is the most capable and powerful bike you can get. It exceeds pretty much everything else. It's a heavy-duty e-bike ideal for ranch and work use, but refined enough for personal riding, and a stellar choice for camping and touring. This e-bike is no toy. It can carry a 400-pound payload, including 110 pounds on the rear carrier, and with a trailer it can easily haul another 130 pounds of gear and material around a large site or for a long distance, and it has the battery to do so all day. If you need a quiet, capable, and eco-friendly way to get around a ranch, job site, sports facility, or patrol area, there is no better option. Also, if you tend to get the very best when you're selecting something for yourself, the H9 is the obvious choice. This bike could replace a motorcycle where silence, low cost, and green energy matter, and where highway speeds are not required. Wallke's factory direct sales model also means that this incredibly powerful e-bike costs at least $1,000 less than other options. Before I go any further, I need to be clear. I am not a Wallke affiliate, just a very happy, multi-time Wallke customer. My wife and I already own 4 Wallke bikes that we've purchased since 2021. My reviews have been of our own bikes, plus this and one other which Wallke has provided for review. I'm not paid by Wallke, so my reviews are exactly what I think. My videos can and do include criticisms where I feel that certain aspects of a bike are less than the best. Riding experience. Across the past several weeks, I've been riding and testing the Wallke H9 all-wheel drive. I wanted to know if the bike was good enough to be considered for demanding daily use on a farm or ranch, on a job site, or for camping and touring. The answer is most certainly yes. Some of my trail riding was in soft sand, where the all-wheel drive was a completely different experience. For off-road riding, the all-wheel drive and the all-terrain fat tires increase power and grip on soft surfaces. In the past, rear-only power tended to make the front wheel plow through the sand, and you needed to keep speed up and be on top of the steering. The H9 all-wheel drive ate this up, making riding pretty much the same as on pavement. Smaller 20-inch wheels get more torque to the ground, helping the all-wheel drive achieve incredibly steep climb angles. The Wallke engineers improved the ride dynamics of the H9. A shallower fork angle adds the stability advantages of competition bikes, and a new inner chain guard helps prevent chain loss when riding on rough ground. I did some night riding where the new 1000 lumen multi-zone headlight was a step change. It lit the road ahead like never before, with a low pattern either side of the center to avoid blinding other drivers. It also provided nice spill just ahead of the front wheel. The advanced electronics automatically turn on the headlight in low light, and there's a dedicated headlight button. Frame. This bike is heavy duty, really heavy duty. It's the perfect work or duty bike. The frame is of 6061 aluminum alloy, boasting a 400-pound payload with full front and rear suspension. This both protects your payload and delivers a very comfortable ride. The frame incorporates a lift handle that makes it much easier to reposition the bike and to facilitate folding the frame. The integrated rear rack can handle 110 pounds of load, and the bike has the power to easily tow a loaded trailer. Super strong new mag wheels and all-terrain 4-inch fat tires are covered by Wallke's excellent polymer fenders. Along with the folding frame, the handlebar stem tube folds, as do the pedals. This significantly reduces the footprint needed to store or transport the bike. You can fit 2 H9s in the back of a mid-size SUV or crossover. However, at a weight of 130 to 140 pounds, depending on the battery options, loading and unloading is not a job for one person. The bike is also likely to exceed the weight limits of most bike carriers. Engineering improvements extend the wheelbase from 50.5 to 53.5 inches, smoothing the ride on rougher ground. The head tube angle changed from 73 degrees to 70 degrees with a trail measure of 68 millimeters. If you're a bicycle geek, you'll recognize these metrics from off-road competition bikes. For the rest of us, they mean that the H9 engineering enhances stability, safety, and comfort. Suspension. With all-terrain fat tires, full suspension, and a wide-sprung and padded Wallke seat, this is the most comfortable ride you can get. For me, it's the first bike ever that didn't immediately get an aftermarket seat. New on the H9 are coil-over shocks on the rear suspension. This is what you'll find on custom off-road trucks and a real surprise on an e-bike. The upright riding position takes all the strain off your arms, and the 20-inch wheels lower the frame for reduced standover height. Altogether, this unique combination of advanced engineering and premium features make this bike by far the most comfortable I've ever ridden. Power. This bike is powerful. Where most premium bikes feature a 750-watt motor, the H9 has a 1,000-watt motor in the rear and an additional 750 motor up front. This means that the bike has 1,750 watts of power, where most other bikes are only 750 or even 500 watts. You can choose motor combinations while riding, with just the rear for regular cruising, both front and rear for great stability in sand and snow or for steep hills, or just the smaller front motor for long range. The 20-inch wheels enhance the power, getting more torque to the ground. Payload and towing. I did some of my testing with a fat tire trailer that weighs 42 pounds and could carry up to 130 pounds of payload. As tested, the trailer and payload came out to 137 pounds. Using both front and rear motors, I was able to tow the loaded trailer up a very rough 30-degree grade. Speed and braking. The H9 bike is fast. On pavement, I was able to get to nearly 36 miles an hour before I ran out of road and courage. This could be a real benefit when riding in traffic, as it reduces the relative speed of overtaking cars. Of course, when you have these speeds, braking matters. Like all the top-end Wallke bikes, the H9 features 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes with 203mm rotors. These look like the brakes on supercars and really do the job. I found them completely capable of stopping power needed to stop from speed or to handle the heavy trailer on a steep downhill. Pedaling. With almost all e-bikes, you can provide additional power or drive it solely by pedaling. Should you need to ride without motor power, the bike has a well-chosen Shimano 7-speed derailleur and freewheeling cassette or gears. Should you lose motor power, these have a very low gear ratio suitable for a heavy bike. It takes a bit more effort than a lightweight mountain bike, but I can easily ride this bike without the motor. The bike's low gear ratio does mean that you can't contribute to forward motion at high speeds. Even in the highest gear, I simply couldn't pedal fast enough to help drive the bike past 18 miles an hour. Above this speed, the bike's rotors are on their own. The pedal assist from the motor is amazing. After years of improvement, the H9 controller is near magical. The assist power comes in gently and seems to provide the perfect amount of assist based on your pedal rotation speed. Pedaling periodically will maintain your speed, while pedaling hard and continuously will pour in increasing power. This is much more balanced and intuitive than in past bikes. Unless you're trying to extend range or get your cardio, there's no need to pedal at all. You can modulate the twist throttle to get and hold any speed. You can rest while you're riding, while keeping up with your companions or tackling a hill. Battery and range. My bike has a 60 amp-hour battery, a monster that gives you an estimated 125 miles of range. The battery is just what's needed for a bike with two powerful motors that may be used on a ranch or for long-range touring. There is also a lower-priced base option for a 40 amp-hour battery. You can also order the battery with a secondary 20 amp-hour battery, boosting it to 80 amp-hours, and an estimated 150 miles of pedal-assisted highway range. You could ride for days between charges. After the initial full charge, I rode the bike for more than 3 weeks without charging it at all. After the first 26 miles, most of which were purely motor-powered, high-demand riding, the battery was still at 76%. This equates to roughly 1% of battery for 1 mile of riding, and this was when towing a loaded trailer, attacking steep inclines, and running the bike flat out in speed tests. Electronics. The large color display is reasonably easy to read in sunlight, better than my iPhone for sure, and has all the information you'd want when riding. Speed, battery level, assist mode, odometer, and trip functions are all there. The H9 has the same excellent 5-button control unit as the 2021 X3, with separate buttons for mode shift, headlight, information, and power. You don't need to remember button combinations to turn the headlight on or for other functions, like with other bikes. Simple and straightforward. The display also incorporates excellent menus for customizing the bike. You can configure for kilometers or miles, set top speed for your jurisdiction, and much more. The most important option for me is setting the power and speed at each mode level so my bike matches my wife's bike when we ride together. The motor control electronics are extremely well designed. The application of motor power from the throttle or from pedal assist comes in smoothly and gently and increases steadily. This is really important for safety so you're never surprised by sudden acceleration, but all the power is available in a predictable and usable curve. The bike also has the best walk mode I've experienced. When you need to move the bike around or take it across unrideable ground, it will power itself at low speed while you walk beside it. While almost all e-bikes can do this, on others the mode tends to drive the bike too fast, which ruins the utility. The H9 is different. I found the walk mode both perfectly paced and powerful enough to deliver when you need it the most, with a loaded bike or when towing a trailer. One item I'm not fond of is the twist throttle. It's a spring return hand grip twist on the inner half of the right hand grip. It's sort of reminiscent of a motorcycle, but it introduces a number of issues. First, it means that too many functions, many of which need to be controlled simultaneously, are in the same place: steering, rear brake, derailleur shifting, and throttle. The throttle is the one control that's always in use and must be modulated, and those other functions disrupt it. When not riding, the heavy bike is maneuvered by the handlebars, and I frequently engage the throttle unexpectedly. This is not good. I'd much prefer a return to the previous left-mounted thumb throttle. New with the H9 is an iPhone app that connects to the bike's electronics. It mirrors the bike's current mode, speed, and odometer. What's really exciting is that the app provides mapped real-time navigation and can record your ride in the map for later reference. Add a cell phone mount and you have some pretty cool information right there. The bike's display also has a USB-C port that can be used to power or charge your phone when it's on the bike. Lighting. I sometimes ride at night, and for this the H9 is a real upgrade. The new 1,000-lumen motorcycle-style headlight is simply amazing. The beam is focused into 4 zones: a very bright center zone that reaches far into the distance in your own lane, 2 side zones that cut off the light up high so you're not blinding oncoming drivers, and a very nice spill just ahead of your front wheel so you can see obstacles. This headlight is worlds away from the simpler units of the past. The bike also features Wallke's excellent tail light brake light. The brake light has bright, smooth, even lighting right across its width, like the best automotive taillights. For nighttime safety, there are very large reflectors in the wheels and reflectors in the pedals. The bike's electronics also incorporates the equivalent of an Apple AirTag into the bike. You can see the bike's location in Apple's Find My app should it be stolen. Assembling the bike was a breeze, requiring only that I mount the headlight and front fender, the front wheel, plug in the front motor cable, and place the handlebar into its clamp. Everything else was pre-assembled. Conclusion. The Wallke H9 all-wheel drive is the ultimate e-bike. It combines the best of Wallke's entire legacy of superior e-bikes with feedback from thousands of riders and delivers a well-thought-out, top-of-the-line e-bike that exceeds all expectations. This bike could replace a motorcycle where silence, low operating cost, and green energy matter, and where highway speeds are not required. Wallke's factory direct sales model also means that this incredibly powerful e-bike costs at least $1,000 less than other options. As always with Wallke, the fit and finish of the bike is absolutely perfect and the engineering is superb. If you're used to having the best e-bike you can buy, or you really need a high-powered, heavy-duty e-bike for ranch or patrol or heavy-duty use, Wallke's H9 all-wheel drive is your best and maybe only choice.